Javid. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Good, man. I'm good, man. Got your UFC debut, victorious. How's it feel?
Feels great. It feels like the preparation I put in really helped me out in this fight. I had the best corner, the best team, best preparation, and I'm just happy I got the win.
How did you feel about that performance?
I'm always going to be my biggest critic. So, but from what I remember of the fight, usually, like if I don't finish somebody even in sparring or in training, if I don't feel like I've put enough work on them, I'm disappointed in myself. But today I feel like I hit him with everything. The guy was just tough. I just got to give him mad respect to Trevin Jones. He came to fight today. So he just came up short, and I made him look easier than what it was, but he was tough, man. He was in that fight the whole time, and I almost had him out of there every single round, you know?
Were you shocked that he kind of ate some of your body shots and just kept coming?
Yeah, I was. He took, like, I hurt him every round. Like, usually a body shot, you see people, they crumble, you know? But he kept coming. But then I had like not a deja vu because I didn't go through it, but watching the tape on him when I saw him in that Timo Valia fight, it was like an identical scenario. I was just teeing off on him, and I was like, you know what? I've seen this before. I've seen where he just cockroaches his way out of it and then hits you with a punch and knocks you out. And Timo Valia was like top 15, top 10 guy, and he fell for the trap. So I was like, I'm not going to fall for that trap and the same trap. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to back off him. He looks like he's crumbling, but he's got a lot more in him.
Yeah, man, it was a great fight. What was your game plan coming into this fight?
I never really have a game plan. I feel the fight. Obviously, I have set things that I do in every scenario. With Jake Shields, we prepared on the ground and in the grappling, and with Dewey, the striking, and Amir and my brother Farid, like we do the MMA game and Extreme Couture and everything. So I know I'm pretty solid everywhere. The initial plan was to keep it on the feet, of course, and if he's a bit too hot and I feel like it's 50-50, I'll take it to the ground, you know? But I didn't feel like it was 50-50 at all, so I just kept it on the feet.
I know you were disappointed that you didn't get to walk out with your flag. I guess kind of just talk about the emotions behind that, and do you hope that changes soon?
I really do hope, because like even looking at my here, this logo, like it says AFG on it, but there's no flag, you know, and this was a big dream of mine, like just having a flag there. Like I'm the only one on the planet with Basharat on my name, a Reebok kit. There's only one of these made, you know, and I really wanted the flag on there, you know, and that's how I envisioned it all the time, but it's a shame. Hopefully we can get that fixed and get the flag on.
For sure, and I hope that happens, man. Finally, for me, what do you want the rest of your 2022 to look like, and when would you like to get back in there?
Man, they kind of froze me out. Like, I wanted to fight after Contender Series. That's why I stayed in Vegas for 6 months. I was just lurking around trying to get a fight. They offered me London, March, but that London card, like, it looked like it was, like, cursed or something because it got scrapped 4 times. So I was like, I can't afford to not fight before Ramadan. Ramadan's in April. So I have to take time off for Ramadan. I'm not going to be competing, but I want to get cracking straight after Ramadan. And yeah, let's do this.
Congratulations.
What's up, man? Jim Grease, MMA Weekly. I have to ask you about that dog in you. The more he fought back when you got hit a couple times, that brings out another side in you. That's not always that common with fighters, but you have that extra dog in you. Can you talk about that? The harder the fight gets, the more of a fight you're in, that other side comes out.
Because I make it look quite easy because I don't get hit, and I don't like to. Well, my coaches will kill me if I got hit for no reason. You know what I mean? The guy has to earn that shot. But again, with me, you can ask my coaches. My problem is they have to hold me back. You know, I've got that dog in me too much. So half of my camp is holding me back. You know what I mean? So I've never worried that whether I have dog or that. I know, like, I'm okay, man. I signed up to I signed up to fight first before I even knew how to fight. You know what I mean? And that only comes because you got dog in you, you know? You can't teach that.
Where else does that mindset show up for you in life besides fighting? Anywhere else? Just in there?
That's a very hard question. I don't know. I like to live my life as a fight all the time. I like to take everything serious. I have to make sure I'm prepared for every scenario. you know, and that's it.
Congrats, man. Good job.
Thank you. Threw me off with that question. It was a good question. I'll probably have a better answer tomorrow, but.
Just only one. Any regrets that you didn't jump on the London one now that you know that it's so close to this fight?
Of course, there's going to be regrets because it's going to be in front of a crowd. It's my hometown. But again, I'm just so grateful I get to fight in the UFC. Like a couple years ago, I was stuck during this pandemic, and that's why it took so long for me to even get into the UFC. So beggars can't be choosers, I guess. So like I'm still happy, but again, I'm greedy. I'm ready to go next week. You know, so.
How high did the level of frustration get in this time from when you actually got the contract to waiting to get it? I mean, was there ever a moment where you just felt like, man, is this ever going to happen? Am I ever going to get my chance?
I was done. I didn't want to. I was thinking, what the hell am I doing this for? I'll always train my whole life. I like fighting. You know, like it's just how I am. I have a brother. Like we fight over water bottles and crisp packets. You know, like who's gonna get which flavor. So I'm always gonna be fighting. It's always gonna be part of me. He fought on the same night and won, by the way. You guys heard, obviously. Yeah, so it is frustrating, like not having to fight on that London card, and I would want to fight. And during the pandemic, I was like almost done not wanting to fight because I always want to fight. Like you can see me, and even next week I want to get cracking and fighting. You know.
How much better do you fight with the crowd out there?
For me, everything's a level playing field. Like I promise you, the way I think about fighting is very different to everybody else. Like I don't think about the next day. I don't think about anything. I think about the fight itself. I don't think about, oh, there's going to be a big crowd. I don't think about, oh, there's going to be nobody watching. I don't think about it's going to be on ESPN. No, for me, when I sign up to fight, anything goes, you know?
So it's not that the crowd doesn't amp you up anymore. You're going to go in at the same level-headed here as opposed to, say, down in T-Mobile and it's fully packed.
Yeah, I would say so because I've fought in front of a big crowd before and it didn't affect me. I fought in silent areas. Like before the fight, maybe it makes a difference, and after the fight, it probably makes a difference. But during the fight, it doesn't do anything. I've got tunnel vision. If I think about anything else but my opponent, I'm out of my fucking mind, you know?
That probably is going to, give me an idea of what you're going to say to this answer. So which do you get more nervous for, your fights or for when your brother fights?
Oh, my God. That's not even a question. When my brother fights, I'm like, I turn into a wimp, you know? Like, because I can't control it. I don't know. Like, I know he's good. I have so much confidence in him, and he's incredible. But it's just when he fights, I can't control it, you know? So it makes me nervous.
Congrats on the victory.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Did you say you were almost ready to give up fighting during COVID because of the lockdowns?
Yeah, there was no pathway for me. I didn't. Where am I gonna train? Where am I gonna keep investing into this career? And I can't even get out of the country. There's no shows going on, and at that time, social media was blowing COVID out of proportion. Like, I don't know, but it seemed like it now because all of a sudden it's gone, and I didn't know if I was ever going to get to fight again. I didn't want to fight on these like local, regional scenes anymore. I was overqualified for that. Even now, people complain about the level of opposition I came up against. People don't understand how hard it is to get fights in Europe, especially with me, who has another brother who's undefeated, and we're both in the same weight division. So who's going to get who? And everybody's trying to duck us, you know, like, so it's very hard to get fights. And if I'm not getting fights, then what am I doing pursuing this career, you know?
What was the thing that kept you going?
Self-belief, and my bigger brother, Khalid Arif. Bro, this guy, he's my mentor. Like, he's unbelievable, man. He was like, I don't know what you're thinking, what's going into you, but if you need anything, I'll help you out. And he just kind of like smacked some sense into me, and he reassured me that I am one of the best fighters on the planet, and it would be a shame to not showcase it and just have patience. And he just really looked after me. It was a tough time for me, and it's crazy. I posted this in my Contender Series fight. I was ready to quit it, because even in Contender Series, I was supposed to fight on September 7th, which is my birthday. So I was like, yes, it's meant to be. I'm going to get my contract on my birthday. Boom. Nothing went wrong. I can't get a visa appointment. So it wasn't that I wasn't qualified for the visa. I couldn't get an appointment. The London embassy was so backlogged behind, and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to miss this. And I missed it. And then something told me, like, just stay ready. And then Sean called me, boom. I fought on the Contender Series, and that was a short notice fight, to be honest with you. I smoked him and got my UFC contract. On the day, Khaled, my friend, who told me not to quit a year ago, on that same day, he said, within a year, you'll be in the UFC. There was a deadline day, and that was the deadline day. So I promise you, you can't write this stuff. You know, it's crazy.
That's great.
Yeah.
And then after the fight, you did a very stand-up thing for Trevin. You gave him a chance to voice, the support for somebody that he lost. Tell us about that. Are you guys teammates or training?
No, I never met the person, but he's a fallen soldier. At the end of the day, this is a MMA community. Like, I really don't like any opponent I come out there to fight, because that's just the way I have to be. This is very personal for me. Like, this is warfare. But at the same time, he is a fallen soldier. How can I not have any feelings towards somebody who has the same dreams as me? And I know Trevin wanted to fight for his boy, and I wanted to make sure and let him know that don't be hard on yourself, because you fought great. You just came up short, and I want you to have the chance to be able to speak and shout out your boy Carl Reyes. And a lot of my training partners in Extreme, he was very dear to them, and he was a long member of Extreme Couture, so it felt like the right thing to do. And rest in peace, Carl Reyes.
Very cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congrats on the win, Javid. Just because it's happening in under a month in your weight class, how do you see the unification going with Aljamain and Peter?
This is a very hard fight to call, but I've trained with Aljamain Sterling here in Vegas, and that guy, he is very good. I have to give him his props. He is very good. He did not fight so well the first time round, and I think he knows that. I think that's going to make the difference. If he can get his shit together and perform the way I've seen him perform in training and stuff, I think he can get it done, to be honest with you. I know everyone's going to laugh at me because of the way he performed the first time, but people have short memories in the sport. Look at Aljamain's run towards the title. He smoked everybody, man. He beat tough guys. Peter Yan had a war with Sandhagen, 5 rounds. And Aljamain beat him in a minute, So it's a great, and Sandhagen is incredible. So it's a great fight. Peter Yan is a fantastic fighter. He's the champ. Aljamain is also the champ. So it's going to be a great fight. I'm looking forward to it. I think Aljamain gets it done, though.
And while you were fighting, he actually shouted you out. He tweeted about you guys' training and that you'd be a problem in the division. So, hey, you're getting respect from the champ. That's kind of cool.
Oh, that's great, man. That's good. That's nice of him. He didn't have to do that, but let's go, man. But, yeah, like Ramadan's coming up now, so I'm going to obviously have to take time off fighting a little bit, but I'll still be training. But I want to get cracking again, and any bantam we will do, there's the one on the card, like Guido Canetti fought Martinho. So that would be a good fight. I'm interested in a fight. I don't know how it ended. I know he won, finished the guy. So that's a good fight for me. So and I think he's injury-free. I'll be injury-free. By the time the next camp rolls on, let's get that fight going.
He said that, too. He got the first round finished, but he did say in Spanish that he was eager to get back in the cage because he's not getting any.
Exactly. I heard that. That's what I'm saying. So let's do it. It makes sense. Makes sense.
Sign me up. Thank you,
Let's
sir.
go. Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Sorry I didn't get to finish, man. But